Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Dirt Grain Steel. We had a lot of activities planned for today, but as you can see, it's raining. The feed hopper is completely done. I'm going to chain it back on the trailer and take it back and unload it at the location. And I've got my sluice box sitting on super trailer over there that I am going to get the extension that's sitting over there on my half a tank. So I'm going to take that extension and we're going to add that to that sluice box, and we're going to make that sluice box 16 foot long. So, and I was also going to go this morning and go swap out the bucket cylinder on our 200 Hitachi. We got a good dismantling yard cylinder for it off of a Deere 200. And we're going to get that swapped out this morning because we're going to go to our river project here soon. So, but the rain is kind of putting a damper on things right now. So, what we're doing is we're in the shop. I got all the bungs welded in the water manifold. As you've seen from last episode, we quit because we were out of argon. So I've got 2 tanks of argon now. I went and got the estate find argon tank swapped out. They looked at it and they're like, oh, it's still in test. We'll swap it out, no problem. So I got 2 tanks now in the shop. So now I can get the ESOP set up with its wire, or lead for wire, or MIG lead, whatever you want to call it. I got to get a cart built for that. So that's one project, but here's the manifold all finished up. I think what we're going to do this morning, since we can't do much outside, is I'm going to start figuring out the plumbing that's going to come out of these. And I'm going to show you how to properly plumb and glue, or I shouldn't say plumb. I'm going to show you how to properly glue PVC pipe on this video. So I think that's what we're going to do for this video project, is I'm going to show you how to properly glue PVC. I can't talk this morning. I don't know what the deal is. So it's too early in the morning, I guess. But this turned out real nice. I just got to get I need to get a 4-inch to 3-inch reducer for this end, and then a 3-inch cam lock to put in this end. And this end will be done. I've got everything to do that end. I've got everything to do the top. So let's get started on gluing some PVC together, and I'll show you how to properly do that. Okay, so I took a few minutes and I cleaned the shop up because I was just getting tired of all the stuff all over the place, stuff everywhere, dirt all over the floor, chunks of steel. So I took a second and or a minute. Actually, it took me like a good hour. I'm not gonna lie, my shop was trashed. It took me a good hour to get it cleaned up. So anyways, we're gonna start figuring out some of our plumbing here. I'm not gonna do a whole lot, but I am gonna do enough to show you just how to properly glue PVC. So I'm gonna start by cutting a 1-foot-long piece of 2-inch PVC, and we're gonna put the proper fitting on the end that I need to put in these holes with a valve. So I'm actually going to cut this a little long, so I'm not sure exactly what I want to do yet, but I do need to begin from here and at least get enough for a valve to slide on. So let's get that piece cut. Okay, so we're over here at my DeWalt compound miter saw, which works great for cutting PVC pipe because you want a good square cut on the end of your pipe. You could use an abrasive cutoff saw like my chop saw, or you use a grinder with a cutoff wheel, or a thin bladed handsaw, which I don't have one at hand right now. A thin bladed handsaw works real good because the thin blade starts quick and doesn't walk all over the pipe. So what we're going to do is we're going to get this where we want it in our saw, and this will give us a nice clean straight cut. Oh, it's not plugged in. Oh yeah, unplugged it the other day. Okay, we'll try again. We got it where we want it, and we're going to nip it off. Okay, so we got a nice square clean cut on that. As you can see right there, got a few burrs, but we're going to take care of that in the next process. Okay, so we have a perfect scenario here. We are actually in the shop and we have a pipe vise. I know this is not a perfect scenario every time. But anyways, if you look inside these fittings, they are tapered. They have a slight taper to them. It's not a lot. So what I do is I bevel my pipe actually. All my PVC connections I bevel. And to simply do that, all you have to do, let's get this just clamped in there. Okay, so all you have to do is just take a nice flat file like this and just simply go like all the way around it. Just take that sharp edge off. Or you could use a grinder, whatever you want to use, but for this we'll just use a flat file. Okay, so we got our pipe beveled pretty good. Missing spots here. Looks good. Okay, now if you're doing drain work, like let's say bathroom drain, sink drains for in the house, any kind of drain, you want to go around the inside of this pipe and make sure there's no burrs or anything, the hair or anything like that could get caught on. So we're just going to take a rounded file and we're going to go around the inside of that pipe. Just so there's no burrs in there. Okay, so now it's deburred on the inside. We're ready to go. So, when you're gluing your pipe, you want to make sure you have the proper cement for the pipe that you're using. So I actually, since this is going to be for the trommel and it's not perfect conditions and it's wet sometimes when I'm trying to do pipe repairs, I use the Rain or Shine medium blue PVC pipe cement. It seems to work really good. It's actually for commercial and residential irrigation, but it holds very well. Never have a problem with it. It's actually only made for 40 to 110 degrees is what it's rated for temperature of liquid going through your pipe. So I use that for my cement, and then I just use the regular purple primer. So you should always do your pipe first. Oh, I need something to open that with. Hang on a second. Just not feeling as strong as I usually do today. Okay. Oh, I got it all over. Alright. Anyways, good rule of thumb is do your pipe first, then do your fitting. This takes about 10 seconds to dry. Usually what I do is I put a good amount on and I scrub the letters until they're gone, just so I'm guaranteed a good clean fit. Because I don't like my pipe coming apart. Okay, so we got our pipe done. Now we're going to do our fitting real quick. Don't be afraid to use this stuff. Use it. Good clean joint. Good clean bond. Especially if you're doing this for pressure. Now this PVC pipe's not rated for pressure, but we're not running a whole lot of pressure through it, so it'll be fine. Okay, so we got our primer on. Let that dry for 10 seconds. Now, we need to find a place where we can figure out a quarter of a turn, or you can just work it back and forth. But they recommend put this on here, turn it a quarter of a turn, that way it rubs the glue around and gets an even spread on it. So We're going to do our pipe first. Get it around there. And get a little more. We're going to do our fitting. So, okay, we're going to slide it on. Going to give that a little bit of a turn. And we're going to hold it for a little bit. You want to hold it for a little bit because when it does its chemical reaction, it will shove it off. And you want to make sure it's good and bottomed out in there so that you have a great square tight fit. And there we go. She's glued tight, not going anywhere. Other than a little extra glue, it makes it look a little bad, but that's okay. More glue to have, better your seal. So that's how you properly glue PVC pipe. We got a good bond in there. Real nice. That's not going to come off of there. So anyways, if you like this episode of Dirt Grain Steel, give me a like and subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. The rain finally lit up. So let's thread this in real quick and I'll show you what I'm doing here. So this will thread in here. Oops. Oh, darn it. Huh. Well, it did. There it goes. There's a little bit of spatter in my threads I need to clean out with a thread cleaner. So that'll go in there. And then we have a valve that'll go up here. Or this will actually lay on its side. I'm going to make legs for it yet that it'll lay over on. And each one of these valves will control the water flow for the different functions. So I think I'm probably going to cut this down to about right here and put it on. I left it long just for now to figure out what I want to do yet. So, and plus to give you a good video on what I'm doing, I left it a hair long. So since it quit raining now finally, and the box is completely painted and ready to go, I think I'm going to hook it up to the truck and take it to where it needs to go. So as you can see, I got the hood in there and everything. Everything's welded up, painted nice and pretty and black, and it's ready to go to work. So I'm going to take it and unload it, and then next project is adding this section of sluice box to my previous sluice box. Gonna add it to there and make a 16-footer. So that'll be the next project here pretty soon. But I need to clean the shop up first so I can get the rest of the stuff in here and get it worked on. So I can't wait to get this conveyor going to see how well it works. So anyways, if you like this episode of Dirt Grain Steel, give me a like and subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. And I will see you on the next one. I think I'm going to head to the shop and put the cylinder on the 200 and probably run down to my grandpa's and grab the time-lapse camera out of the soybeans so we can get that video processed and watch beans grow on video. So I'm pretty excited about that, see how that turns out. And I need to check some soybeans today, see if spray worked and what needs to be resprayed. And so anyways, like I said before, thanks for watching. I greatly appreciate it, and stay tuned because there's some really exciting stuff to come. We're going to start tomorrow running the track trucks and the long-range excavator, so there'll be a lot of cool videos from all that. So, but anyways, thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.